That's right. You're an obnoxious, overbearing ass. Abuse of power. You. Abuse of power. Cut me off. Come on. You will never, ever wrestle abuse of power. You suck. I hate your guts. I hate your guts. My house. Show your history. You are a liar. You're a cheat. You're a scam. You are a no good son of a bitch. Fire me. I'm already fired. Fire me. I'm already fired.
All right, Rick, this week in history, this is one of the biggest moments in wrestling history, certainly in WCW and Ric Flair and Four Horsemen history. It's September 14th, 1998. And after a long hiatus away from WCW, Ric Flair returns to Monday Night Nitro with Arn kind of being the master of ceremonies, putting together the Four Horsemen again. It's your return to Greenville, South Carolina. The fans just got to hear the impassioned promo you cut on Eric Bischoff. Kind of catch everybody up about what was going on behind the scenes that led to that moment.
Well, it's very simple. I'd sat out almost a year, and WCW had sent me a check each week, even though I didn't have a contract in place. But if I cashed the check, it would mean that I was accepting their conditions. So I ate the checks. I kept them there. But I had come out of pocket about $230,000. You know, the kids were young and they were in private school then. And actually, my friend John, I'm drawing a blank, John Taylor, the attorney, said, Rick, you know, you can just sit this out. You'll be rich because Turner always pays, because I sued them too. And, or you can go back and, you know, eat a little crow, but you'll be back at work, or you can sit home, you know, the rest of your career. So ultimately, I made the right decision to go back. I was miserable within a month later because I was lied to and deceived again, but I got the money, and not the millions I would have gotten from the lawsuit, because as we've discussed, you can't publicly say you're going to break somebody when you're the president of a company like for Turner Broadcasting, which he did. Break my family, break me, da-da-da-da. Everybody knows that story. So, but that moment was phenomenal. It was very heartfelt, and I didn't miss a beat. The reaction from the fans, Greenville's always been a great market for me. So respectful for the years there. And to be in the ring with Arn and Mongo, and that was very cool. And, you know, we were a featured commodity again, just, you know, for that night. But, you know, the problem is that everybody else looking around, people hated those moments that were so real and so much bigger than what was going on, because we weren't part of the product, if that makes sense.
Well, who do you mean when you say people hate?
Well, I don't want to put their names out there, but everybody was jealous. Who wouldn't be? Who's going to get that kind of a moment? Who's going to go out there and get that kind of reaction from a crowd? I mean, very few people I've ever seen have it. Because I just had that match. Later on, I had a match with Hunter there. Remember that? Where they carried me around the ring and all that, and Austin came out. I mean, Greenville's a good market for me. So I've been very fortunate to happen at the right time. I made a decision to go back, and John was right. I would have sat home. My other attorney in Charlotte wanted to kill me for going back, because he said, you're going to be rich. You'll never have to look around again. People can't do that. But, you know, I decided to go back, and ultimately it worked out for me. And then I got to have another run with the WWE, which was great. So the guys that tried to screw me around, I mean, it's like, where are they now?
Did you guys have any sort of parameters or limitations or discussions beforehand about what
No.
you were going to say?
Nope.
But you knew Bischoff was going to come down.
Yep.
And he just trusted that you were going to do something good for business, and obviously you did. We're still talking about it all these years later.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk back through the curtain, is there any discussion with anybody about what was said, or business as usual?
No, I mean, the guys loved it. I'll tell you a great story, which I'll never forget, is Rebecca, Sean's wife, who was a Nitro girl at that time, ran up to me. I didn't know her and said, "That's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm so happy for you." Isn't that funny?
What was awesome?
Yeah, I didn't even know her, and such a nice person, but to be someone that was, probably like on the outside looking in, not being that familiar with the business, to come and say that to me was pretty cool. I've never forgotten it. She said, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." I said, "Thank you." We'll see what I'm doing tomorrow.